States, One World Trade Center. Looking glorious tonight as we come to you from New York. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you very much. We all know Anthony Edwards, who went first overall in 2020. And his teammate Karl Anthony Towns said, I know what all those pressures are like. And you're the #1 pick. If any other rookies do well, there's a threat to the throne. But with Edwards' confidence in his talent, you get the sense he'll be just fine. Guys?
Good point. No pressure, DA. Thank you. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. The backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. Then there's Towns. Then there's McDaniels. And it's Vanderbilt in at the power forward. And for the Knicks, in the forward positions, Barrett and Randall. MP is out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Robinson in at the 5 spot. Here we are, Clark, at the midway point of the season. Lots of guys banged up. Is it hard to decide for a player when to play through an injury and when to sit?
Yeah, you know, so many factors to consider there, Kevin. I mean, is the injury going to get worse by you trying to play? Is it a matter of pain tolerance and you won't do any additional damage? So that's the delicate dance you're trying to figure out when you're considering playing while not being 100%. The biggest one to me is obviously is the long-term impact if you continue to play.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight.
At the line.
So he gets them both. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Top of the key, McDaniels. Outside Edwards. Pass to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. And Russell with the basket on the assist by Towns.
Boy, Russell loves to take and make these quick trigger shots. He plays with a nice rhythm and flow to his game.
Now, here's MP. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket, using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
Russell against MP. Russell kicks to McDaniels. Back to Russell. Pass to Towns. It's stolen by Randall. Barrett wide open. He fires. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Russell against MP. Russell passes to Towns. MP outside. Driving to the basket.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Here's Edwards. That one drops for him.
Well, the defense trying to throw Edwards off with some contact, but he smartly stays focused on his shot.
And Anthony Edwards, the top pick of 2020. Not the most polished player early on, but his ceiling is through the roof. And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
So it's the Timberwolves now. The Knicks making the shot. Right side Towns. He kicks to Edwards. Shoots over Fournier. And it's off the back rim. No good. So many top picks come in ready to play, Greg. Edwards a part of a class.
Oh!
Ooh, yes, sir! Come on, bring it!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
Boy, and I used to love going up and jamming it down like that, guys.
Here's Russell following the score by New York. That one's no good. That makes him 1 for 2. The drive by MP. And MP throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Back to Russell. Stolen by Robinson. Passes it to Barrett. Oh, and the jam by Pierce.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that. You're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
It wasn't pretty. That's definitely the case. I mean, I know they'd like to scrub that game from their memories and actually erase it from the hard drive.
Oh, here's Edwards. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Golden State.
That's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Down low. And there's Randall on the assist by MP. MP's got 3 assists in the game. MP against Russell. Looking to end the run. The offensive rebound. The Knicks leading by 17. MP outside. Driving the lane. And MP throws it down hard.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Towns for 3. Robinson pulls it in. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
And, you know, one of the things about winning the physical battle like they did in that game gives you a lot of confidence going into the next game. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, let's look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Noel's checked in for New York. Timberwolves also changing it up. Torian Prince comes in for Vanderbilt. And it's Patrick Beverley in for D'Angelo Russell. Now, here's Beverley. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. MP looking around. Second chance shot. And it's Randall getting it to go. Randall's got his second basket.
This guy never stops working. He's always going hard, and Randall's aggressiveness is what allows him to be such a good offensive rebounder.
Vidal, the pass to Noel. Kicks it to Barrett. On the wing, MP. 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Randall no good. For Minnesota, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Beverley, the pass to Towns. Banked in off the glass.
Love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
MP against Beverley. Vidal, the pass to Randall. Good, and the assist goes to MP. MP's got 4 assists now tonight.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Towns against MP. It's rebounded by Towns. And stolen by MP. And MP throws it down.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Minnesota with the ball, following the score by New York. Here's Edwards. Can't connect from short range.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Vidal, and he slams it down right on top of Karl Anthony Towns.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
Here's Prince, following the score by New York. The dish to Edwards. There's the drive, and finished off by Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now, here's MP. He's got 22. It's Fournier on the wing. MP against Edwards. 6 to shoot. And MP throws it down hard.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
And Beverly kicks to Towns. Beverly the pass to Towns. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And it's Patrick Beverly with the three.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
Here's Vidal. The shot comes out, and Minnesota now the other way. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the inside, Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Nice read by Edwards there, finding a wide-open teammate and sending the ball his way on target.
A double clutch, and MP with the layup. MP's got 26 points.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
And there's the feed to Beverly. And it's in there.
Towns doing a nice job with a smart play there, getting the ball to a ready shooter instead of trying to force it himself.
MP outside. Here he goes. And he lays it straight in. 28 points for him.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
And so it's the New York Knicks cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this.
Into the lineup for
right now for the Knicks. The Knicks leading by 11, and so in the game for the Timberwolves. The backcourt guards are Russell and Edwards. And there's McDaniels. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Vanderbilt in at the four-man position. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against Charlotte.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Hornets was phenomenal. He ended up with 62 points, but it was his season high in rebounds that really stood out. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
Yeah, you know, all indications are that he feels good coming into this one. Feels confident that he can build on that prior success.
Nerlens Noel checks in for New York. So looking it over, Towns wide open. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And when Towns is on the floor, the attitude of this team, Clark, completely changes. They play with so much more confidence.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more, Kevin. He's a floor raiser. In other words, he makes everybody else play a little better and lifts up their confidence. And he does it while also putting up monster numbers of his own.
Now, here is Russell. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. And here's Fournier. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. MP, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now, here's McDaniels. He had 15 points last outing. Count it, good. Russell's got 11 points.
Well, I think the more Russell looks to score from there, guys, the more dangerous he becomes.
MP against Russell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you look at the 2021 draft class, just some unbelievable talent at the top.
I mean, Cade Cunningham, for me, probably is the consensus best player, but man, you got guys like Suggs and Green and Kuminga with that rare athleticism. And how about Mobley? He really defines what a modern-day big is supposed to be. I mean, what more could you want?
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And MP throws it down.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Towns kicks to Edwards. And he drives in, and Edwards with the stuff.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now, here's MP. He has 38 in the game. Shot clock at 6. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Boy, it certainly appears to be the case. I mean, they've spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter, and that's the result of attacking the rim and being physical.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Russell. No good. Shot missing. Randall with some nice D. New York with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Oh, what a dunk!
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climbing.
The 3 from MP. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got 8 rebounds in this game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Russell with the 3. It's rebounded by New York.
Yeah, and that three-point shot really has looked off here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do. And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Fires the 3. That shot no good. And so it's New York in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we've got more NBA action on 2K. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this game, guys, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Randall and Robinson make up the inside pair. Sharing the wing spots, Fournier and Barrett. And it's Vidal in at point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Russell with it. Now defended by MP. He gets it in there. Russell's got 13 points.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Here's Vidal. Randall passes to Vidal. Outside for Robinson. Towns against MP. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Outside, Russell takes it inside. That shot, no good.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Vidal. And good! There's another.
My goodness. 50 for the 8th.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Outside, Towns. To the middle, here's McDaniels. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. McDaniels got his first 2 points of the night.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
On the wing, MP. He's guarded by Russell. Knocked loose. Kicks it out to MP. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Russell inside, covered by MP. And it goes down 2 points. 15 points in the game.
And, you know, having more of a set shot motion than some other players, Russell calmly knocking it down.
Here's Vidal. And, yep, another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal. An offensive onslaught. Russell with a wide open look. Good on the three-point shot. Russell's got 7 now in this quarter.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Here's Vidal. Connects again.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. To the paint. And the layup is good. And that's now 20 points for D'Angelo Russell. The Knicks leading by 22. Floats it up for MP. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Yeah, the clever Frenchman, Fournier, solid at recognizing when the defense isn't covering one of his teammates.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And growing up just outside of Paris, Evan Fournier got hooked on the NBA back in 2002, watching that classic Kings-Lakers conference finals.
And Greg, we hear that story from other international players as well. I mean, guys like Evan who grew up in Europe watching NBA basketball. You got to give Adam Silver, and even before him, David Stern, the prior commissioner, a lot of credit for growing the league.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
MP comes in for Quickly. And a change for the Timberwolves. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Prince. Good on the shot.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
And stolen by MP. Yet another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Edwards passes to Beaumont. And that's going to be too many steps. That's the whistle on the travel.
Now into the lineup for the
Error
Timberwolves.
there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. McDaniels checked in. MP's shot is good.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Down low. Here's Towns. Towns is doubled. Here's Edwards. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 6 assists now in the game.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident in taking on defenders and finishing.
The pass to Vidal. Back to Walker. To the middle. In the air. And MP with a nice bucket inside. 66 points for MP. Minnesota's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6.
2 minutes remaining in the
Everly
third.
with the ball.
2 minutes.
He has 5. Pass to McDaniels. 6 on the shot clock. Edwards kicks to Beverly. No good from outside.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And the basket is good. Noel's got his first bucket of the night.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
A different look for New York. Julius Randle comes in for Toppin, and Barrett subbed in for Burks. And a change for the Timberwolves. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Noel.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Here's Randle. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket. Randle's got 8 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Russell dishes to Edwards. Feeds to Towns. Towns is doubled. Beverly up top, covered by MP. Up again, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Vidal, and again, he's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Minnesota shooting right around 42% from the field since the start of the second half. Knocks it loose, and stolen by MP. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Inside, Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
And you can see that Noel has a very firm understanding of the game. I mean, knowing when to roll hard to the bucket after setting the pick.
Beverly wide open. His three-pointers off the mark. MP outside. With 2 seconds left. No good. And so it's the New York Knicks with a huge 37-point lead to end the quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th. They've got Layman, and it's Vanderbilt in at the 5 down low.
At the line for
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
From mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
The tray, Drills the three-pointer.
Jordan McLaughlin.
McLaughlin's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those three-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And Jordan McLaughlin picks up the foul here. That's foul number 2 for him. And Clark, you played in a very physical era. What do you think about the way fouls are called right now?
I really don't have a problem with it, Kevin. I mean, some of the fouls that were allowed in years past, way back in the 70s and 80s, I mean, those were borderline flagrant 3 kind of fouls. The game was more physical, and it was accepted as such, but I don't know if that was necessarily good for the game. I think now, the way they have it set up and the way it's officiated as it relates to physicality and flagrant fouls, yeah, it may be a little bit too far the other way, but I think it's the right balance overall.
And he can't hit the second. New York with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's the 3rd of 4 straight played at home. Now, here's MP. He's covered closely.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Russell passes to McLaughlin.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean,
shooting for Minnesota.
You got to play without fouling.
Jordan McLaughlin.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
And the dunk by MP.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
The Timberwolves shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Outside, Russell. Here's the 3. The Knicks pull it in. MP's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And MP throws it down hard.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Prince is checked in for Vanderbilt. Okogie for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Okogie's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. MP outside. He's off on that one, and it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Prince in the corner. And another 3 for Minnesota.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter.
Hits it again. Wow.
And that score moving him clear into 3rd all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, G.A., you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either.
Well, he has already cleared Wilt Chamberlain's 78 points. Next up is Kobe's 81. And if he passes that mark, the basketball world is going to be talking about
into the
this guy.
lineup for the Timberwolves.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Jordan McLaughlin.
McLaughlin's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for Minnesota.
Their 3rd 3-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustments.
Clark, between the draft and free agency and big mid-season trades, it feels like we rarely see the same team twice season to season.
Yeah, guys move around quite a bit more so than in the past, Kevin. I don't necessarily know if that's good or bad. It's certainly different. I tend to lean towards guys staying in the same place longer. That would be my personal preference. But the landscape has shifted and changed, and overall probably a positive thing for the players.
The drive by MP.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
He tries for 3. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Minnesota will come the other way. Here's Balmaro. The 3-pointer, no good. And here's MP. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Lets it go with the 3. And no good that time.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher there. I don't know how he could think that's a good shot. That's not who they want out there jacking up threes.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And the Knicks making a change here. Toppin's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Minnesota's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. Here's McLaughlin. Driving in. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his third.
Mark, we know injury prevention is a huge aspect for teams, and it seems like training staffs hold a lot more weight than they did in the past.
I think you're exactly right, Kevin. No doubt about it, and for good reason. I mean, the medical staffs include doctors and trainers and physiotherapists and the like, and they really have enhanced what goes into preparing players for their seasons throughout their careers, and it's become more precise. It's better. Yet there are still going to be injuries, but the treatment and care players get now, I think, is platinum level across the league.
Prince outside. Another miss by Minnesota.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
And got it. Another basket.
90. A legendary performance.
We'll be talking about this one, Greg, for a long, long time. Here's Bomari. Pass to McLaughlin. Unable to get that one. Great D that time from Gibson. The drive by MP. And the dunk by MP.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either.
I got to tell you what, safe to say that was a good-looking play from start to finish. I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Now, MP uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
That's his
And the
second
NBA
personal.
dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with those shoes. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. You know what? I'm not one for stopping progress. Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
For Minnesota, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And it's MP with the rebound. MP's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And the dunk by MP.
I tell you what, I don't know what he did in the locker room, but he needs to do a little bit more of it because he's on fire.
Minnesota's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Steps back and drains the jump shot. McLaughlin's got 16 points here in the second half. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. MP kicks to Toppin. Back to MP. Going inside. And another one.
And that score puts him even. A night I never thought we'd see.
He's now tied point for point with the record. One more score. He'll be all alone at the top of the record books. GA, a moment nobody thought they'd ever see.
And people have talked about records that could never be matched. Wilt's 100 was at the top of those lists. But the unbelievable has happened here tonight as he has tied that unbreakable record.
Here's Vidal. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his fifth
Even with the
personal.
offensive explosions we saw last year, Clark, there were some elite defensive teams. Which team do you think has the toughest D in the NBA right now?
Well, I think you could lean towards the Sixers for what I evaluate. I mean, they had 2 Defensive Player of the Year candidates last season, Embiid and Simmons. And Simmons is as versatile and tough a defender as there is in the league. They set the tone for the rest of the team. And you can't discount the Golden State Warriors either. When you've got a guy like Draymond Green and other good defenders with him, that team can be pretty stingy defensively, too.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game, D'Angelo Russell.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Here's McLaughlin, defended by Gibson. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the line. It's rebounded by New York. MP's got his 16th rebound on the night. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
Timberwolves have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Passes to McBride. And the rejection by Towns.
Using all of his height to smother the shot completely. Emphatic block that time by Karl Anthony Towns.
To the inside, Toppin, and Toppin throws it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and polish.
Timberwolves passing it around. Here's McLaughlin, covered by MP. And again, Minnesota will turn it over. Alec Burks checked in for Toppin.
Alec Burks.
Here's MP.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so check it out, their record tonight. That'll mark win number 32 overall.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
I tell you what, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a...
And another steal for him.
He's making history, tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball. McLaughlin, the pass to Okogie. There's 47 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Just 5 on the clock. And there's the pass to Layman. Now, here's MP. Defense is right there, and the shot goes down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
15 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And the foul called on MP. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And the first one drops.
Jordan McLaughlin.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of the crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long.
I'm sorry for keeping you guys. Let's get it going.
Man, my head is spinning right now. There are no words to describe what just happened. Where's your head after breaking a record that many thought would never be broken?
It's an amazing feeling, John. You know, I'm usually not at a loss for words, but I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. Like, how do you describe something like that?
Hey, I'm at a loss too, man, but I got to figure it out before the deadline hits, so I was hoping you'd help me out there.
Okay, good call, good call. I mean, it's perfection, basically. You always aim for it, but never achieve it. And on a night like tonight, though, that's as close as you're going to get. Like I said, it feels amazing, so I'm trying to stay in that moment and just soak it all up. And this right here is why you play the game. And I want to enjoy that feeling, honestly, the feeling that I've earned.
So on the tech side, is your phone like blowing up right now? Who have you heard from so far tonight?
To be honest with you, I haven't even looked yet, but I'm sure I'll be hearing from a lot of people. And if you're watching this and you send me a message, it's probably going to take me a little bit to get back to everyone. So just be patient with me. Yeah, I'm going to hear from me, I promise. Just, it's no disrespect.
That is very polite of you to be thinking of others on your special day, man.
Man, I'm all about community, John. That's what's important.
Absolutely, and congrats again. You have absolutely made your community proud.
Thank you. Thank you, John. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you, guys.